now I think we can get on to the show, right? Ready? So you're going to introduce our first guy.
Mr. Jack Gregory.
Mr. Jack Gregory. You come right here. Let's see. Turn
Oh, that's
around.
perfect.
That's perfect?
Yeah, that's perfect. I was born and raised upstate South Carolina in a mill village in a 4-room frame house with my 5 brothers and sisters. We were exactly 37 feet from the railroad track. When that train would come, it would violently shake our house. But we got used to it, just like we got used to being poor. My dad worked in that textile mill. He would come home, he would have cotton in his hair. Now the city folks, they looked down on us and called us lint heads. We were poor. Happiness came in small waves on that mill village. One of those was payday. We got a hot dog, a 10-cent hot dog. We looked forward to that from the Thursday before. Just a 10-cent hot dog. Now another time was Halloween. A bunch of poor kids getting a big bag of candy. We looked forward to it. We couldn't afford a costume, not even one of those cheap ones, masked with the little rubber band that was 10 cents. So at 8 years old, I dressed up in my Little League uniform. I went as a baseball player. Now, my best friend, Red, had a glass eye. He just threw a sheet over his head and went as a ghost. Now, everywhere we went, they would say, "Hey, young Jack, hey, Red." I went, "How did they know that's you?" He only cut out one eye hole. So, that was it. Now, both of us had big bags of candy, and I looked up, and this older guy, about 15 years old, done pushed old Red down and took his candy. I was the first one to come to look out at old Red. Now, this guy was walking towards me. Now, he mistakenly thought that I had a plastic bat. Yeah, it was actually a 30-inch solid wood Louisville Slugger. I whacked him across the knees. He went laying down, writhing in pain. Me and Red grabbed our candy, and we ran. 60 years later, he still limps to this day. And Christmas, boy, it was a magical time on that mill village at Christmas. We were all excited because we got some board games and one thing. Well, at 8 years old, Christmas morning, I got up. My little sister, she had a tricycle. My 2 older brothers had new bikes. And my oldest sister had a pink girl's bike. My dad came up to me and he said, "Son, you got to share this bike with your sister." I was a little bit pissed. But actually, I was more angry. I wasn't angry at him because he worked every shift that he could. He just simply ran out of money and credit. And even at that age, I knew what was going on. But I was angry about being poor. I was mad. So, life has a way sometimes of leveling out the playing field. I got involved in sports and was actually decent at it. And I was the first one to graduate high school, and I went on to college. For some reason, business was easy for me. I made my first million when I was 33 years old. I was the first to move out of that town of Chester, and I moved right to the beach Life was good, pocket full of money, party every night. Well, one night, I went to this bar called Sandpipers. Any of y'all remember Sandpipers? Y'all drawing Social Security now. Anyway, at Sandpipers, I looked to my left, and there was this beautiful blonde in a bolero hat. So she had 7 guys around her. So being the cordial guy that I am, I walked right over there and said, "Hey, sweetheart, what you doing with all these losers?" They wanted to fight. Well, she got in between us and said, "Would you please leave?" I said, "I will if you'll give me your phone number." She said, "You're drunk." I said, "Well, give it to me backwards then." So she did. She gave me her phone number backwards. The one good thing I was good at is numbers. So the next morning I called her. I heard her put her hand on the receiver. She told her roommate, said, "Can you believe this jerk remembered my number?" Well, she didn't say jerk, but I'm going to say that. Anyway, so I asked her out for a date. She said, "No." I said, "How about lunch?" So we met for lunch. Now, I was smart enough to marry this girl. 34 years she'd been beating me at Jeopardy every day. We have a 28-year-old son named Elliot, but I call him Google because he knows every damn thing. But anyway, 28 years of marrying to her. Now, her story's a little bit different, but I'll go ahead and share it with you. She'll tell you right up front when she meets you, when I first met Jack, he lifted weights every day, had a 6-pack, millions of dollars, drove a Porsche. Now I'm fat, broke, and drive an old pickup truck. But, you know, and the thing we do, another little tidbit is, at Christmas, long ago we decided, let's don't share presents. Instead, we support a family because there's always a kid somewhere that needs a bike. I'm Jack Gregory, son of Lithead.
The best stories make you laugh and make you cry. That's just beautiful, Jack. Thank you so much.